Many people, including Bruneians, still do not know all the customs and traditions of the country's ethnic Malays, such as the Adat Papat Jambul. This custom is practiced by the Malays, including the Tutong ethnic community, as a way to celebrate the arrival of a new baby. According to Haji Musa bin Haji Libut, the treasurer of the Arts and Cultural Bodies Association of the Tutong district, the concept of the Adat Papat Jambul, or cutting part of the baby's hair, is simply to seek Allah the Almighty's blessings and protection. The festival was organized by the Culture and Arts Division of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports with the cooperation of the Brunei History Centre, the Language and Literature Bureau and the Museums Department. It acts as a platform for the young generation to learn the customs and traditions of Brunei Darussalam's diverse ethnic communities. At the event, two panelists comprising a Tutong Malay academic and an ethnic Tutong Dr. Haji Ramli bin Haji Tingkong and Haja Nur Hamiza binti Haji Samihon presented working papers on the Adat Papat Jambul. They said the custom is practiced by all the country's ethnic communities. The ethnic Tutong Malays, for example, practice their own version of the Adat that adheres to the local community's way of life and identity. The SEA Games takes place in Singapore next month, with athletes competing for glory and medals. And every has designed its special medals. Have you wondered how much work goes into making them? It took 4 laborious months, but these medals are ready to be worn by the champions of Southeast Asia. ELM, formerly known as Eng Leong Medelic, is the only company that produces the SEA Games medals. There are a total of 1,327 medals up for grabs across all 402 events. They are all produced here, under one roof. Let's take a look at the first step of producing a medal. Computerize what's been designed so it can be programmed and carved onto this block of steel, also known as a die, at 30,000 revolutions per minute. It works like a stamp once it goes into this machine, pressing on brass pieces at 3,000 pounds per square inch 7 times, just to imprint the design.
The die really is the heart and soul of the medal. Get your die right and the finished product, you're almost guaranteed a good finished product. Get the die wrong, and no matter what you do from that point onwards, it's not going to save the medal.
Then the brass is trimmed with this wire cutter. Even after cutting off the excess material, there are still rough edges that need to be buffered. So these technicians work very carefully to make them smooth and polished. They spend about 10 minutes on each medal. The medals then go through electroplating for the final coats of gold or silver. Bronze medals are simply lacquered. Coloring is next, and after they are dried, each individual sport is engraved on the medal. Though the process appears seamless, each medal is put through quality control at every stage.
By having everything in-house, the company actually controls the entire process, every step of the way. If you outsource a particular process, then you lose control of that. And the outsourced company may or may not share your vision for the finished product.
Once the checks are completed, the ribbons go on, ready to honor the elite athletes of Southeast Asia. A royal throne hall inside Thailand's Grand Palace was opened to the public to pay respect to the House of Chakri's kings on Coronation Day. Marking the anniversary of King Bhumipol Aduyadej's coronation on May 5, 1950, Thai people hold celebrations across the country. King Bhumipol Aduyadej granted the public entrance into Prasat Pra Tep Bidong, or the Royal Pantheon. Here, the royal subjects expressed their gratitude towards the 9 kings of the Chakri dynasty. Earlier on, King Bhumipol and members of the royal family attended the ceremony at Amarin Vinichai Throne Hall also inside the Grand Palace. After His Majesty's accession to the throne on June 19, 1949, the coronation was held on May 5, 1950, when the King made his famous promise that he would reign with righteousness for the benefit and happiness of the Thai people. A new bridge over the Mekong River is now connecting Thailand, Cambodia and Vietnam, replacing boats and ferries with a faster overland transportation route. Several thousand people attended a ceremony marking the completion of the 2.2-kilometer bridge recently in southern Cambodia. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen and Japanese State Minister for Transport Akihiro Nishimura were among the attendees. It is one of the longest bridges in Cambodia and financed by grant aid from Japan. Hun Sen said the bridge is a valuable infrastructure that connects the three members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations to other parts of Asia. Cambodians and Japanese living in Cambodia, invited as representatives, crossed the bridge to mark its opening. The bridge is the final piece of an economic corridor that links Bangkok with Ho Chi Minh City in southern Vietnam through Cambodia. The bridge is expected to improve land transportation of goods and boost ASEAN economic integration. Elsewhere in Southeast Asia, China is helping to build a main highway connecting China's Yunnan province and Thailand that is now still under construction. In the early morning, this charm village in Ninh Phuoc district in Vietnam is getting crowded as people are gathering to prepare for sacred activities. Cham families are helping each other to prepare traditional food for the ceremony to welcome Rija Nugar or Cham's New Year. The norm of lunisolar harmony is presented in the worship decoration. Pache, Phuoc Thai Commune, Ninh Phuoc District, Ninh Thuan Province said the weather this year is too dry for people to do agriculture. Thus many people came here to worship and wish for better weather to support their crops. On the occasion of welcoming the new year, many Cham people maintain their traditional customs to worship and pray for a year of good health for their family members and a year of fruitful crops. Venerable Handu Poro Mi Temple, Ninh Thuan Province, said they really appreciate the local authority in its support of the Cham community in celebrating this event. During the ceremony, Cham people are able to express their wishes for a good year to come. This festival represents a unique culture, completing the diversity of Vietnamese culture. In addition to this New Year celebration, Cham people also celebrate several unique yet popular festivals such as Kati and Ramawan. The kimono is a unique garment that reflects Japanese culture and is widely promoted wherever Japanese people take root. One aficionado of this long-standing tradition, Ms. Sachiko Tominaga, who works for Ivy Japan in Laos, held a kimono exhibition and Japanese tea ceremony at her house in Vientiane recently. A wide range of guests turned up for the occasion, all eager to see the beautiful kimonos on display. Different styles are worn on different occasions. Ms. Sachiko was also very generous in serving her guests Japanese tea. The well-known tea ceremony, Sado or Chanoyu, demonstrates the traditional etiquette involved in preparing and drinking tea when one has guests. Special powdered green tea, different from ordinary tea, is used. Powdered tea itself was first introduced to Japan from China in the 12th century. In Japan, Buddhist monks have traditionally used the tea to help them concentrate during meditation. In the 16th century, Sen no Rikyu perfected the tea ceremony by incorporating the simple aesthetic value known as wabi or subtle taste and sabi, elegant simplicity, and the concept of ichigo ichi, in a lifetime there is but one encounter. To make that encounter important, the host prepares with deep sincerity implements such as a hanging scroll and flowers which are placed in an alcove. Through such activities, the guests feel the host's warm hospitality and are filled with gratitude. There are 4 major tenets of Sado: harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. Harmony among all people, objects, and matters in the world, respect for all beings. Spiritual purity is tranquility, thus the ultimate end of Sado is peace of mind. The powdered tea is put into a teacup, hot water is poured on, and it is whipped with a bamboo whisk until it foams when the guest drinks it. The event was one of the many taking place to mark the 60th anniversary of Japan-Laos diplomatic relations. A Malaysian couple celebrated their marriage with style by riding a Ped Tractor decorated with flowers and garlands during their wedding procession. The groom Muhammad Amirul Firdaus Azizan and his bride Norsaidatul Afia Rosli, both 19, decided to celebrate their long-term romance using the tractor, which is symbolic to the state of Kedah being the rice bowl of Malaysia. With a relatively flat terrain, Kedah accounts for about half of Malaysia's total production of rice. According to Amirul, the idea of using the tractor was supported by both sides of the families. The tractor was used once to plough the fields in his village in Bukit Payong, Pokok Sena. Amirul, with the help of several villagers, modified the tractor into a dais and decorated it with flowers for the wedding procession to the bride's house. After nearly 2 months of preparation, Amirul and his bride's wish came true when the couple rode on the colourful tractor accompanied by a convoy of motorcycles for a reception at Nur Saidatul's village. The 500-meter ride attracted other road users who waved and cheered on the couple. On arrival, the newlyweds were greeted with the traditional beat of kompang drums and music by the villagers before feasting under a specially decorated tent built for the couple. About 2,000 people attended the ceremony, which took place on May 2nd. Amirul said he and Nur Saidatul were excited and grateful for they finally tied the knot after overcoming various odds during their courting days, even at an early age. Furthermore, it was made more special by the tractor procession, which is rarely done by other couples, a unique experience that would be remembered and cherished forever. The lovebirds first met during their high school days in Kuala Nerang before getting engaged at 17. Both are currently studying in local universities. Days earlier, the couple paraded in a horse-drawn carriage during a wedding feast held by the groom's side, which was also another memorable experience for them.